Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Frankly FM84. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Bello Calcio. We are out in Japan managing Shonan Bellmare in the J League, and we have just become the champions of everything. This today is going to be the season review for the 2025 season. We're going to break down exactly how we won 4 trophies in one season. We're going to go through the signings, the ins and the outs. We are starting that right here on the season review page. So let's go into the new arrivals and we'll break down a few of those players that arrived at the club for this record-breaking season. So according to the game, the star signing of the season was Taro Mita, 17-year-old striker from Tokyo Verdy. We poached him for 1.5 million. You can see in terms of appearances, 12 starts, 16 goals, 3 assists, a 7.61 average rating. Absolutely immense. I think he's a player with such a bright future, and he's 17 years old. He's got so much to do in the game, and he's already a bit of a star with us here. The next signing, Shinosuke Hatanaka, 3 million from Yokohama Marinos. Played 48 games all season. That's impressive. For a defender, he scored 9 goals. He had an assist 2, 4.6 average rating. We have Yasir Rahimi from Wydad Casablanca, £110,000. Only played 1 game, but he's thought of highly. The board were content, give us a C, but once he starts playing football, they'll see that C should be an A. Warawut Akson Sri. We bought him from Wangthong United in Thailand, £300,000. He played 3, scored 2, got an assist, 7.3. You're noticing the theme here. These are the wonder kids I was talking about. So Hassan Hamzawi is another one, 1.6 million from CA Bizerti. He has played 2 games for the first team, scoring 1 goal. He didn't have an assist. Got 7.3 average rating. We have Ryo Uchiyama. Look at that. Board E. The deal. They were disappointed with the deal due to the fact he has a wage too high for his place in the squad. He's an 18-year-old who cost £2 million. He's played 12 games, scored 11 goals, got an assist, 7.27. The board sometimes talk rubbish. We have Rahito Yamamoto. He's a 24-year-old midfielder who can also cover at right back. £600,000, 27 games, 10 assists, 7.01 average rating. We have Kitisak Pongswan. Got a B for that deal from Port. £300,000, only 1 game for the first team. And then we have another load of youngsters who basically have come in for the future. So Bawazri, who played in the Champions League final, won the penalty. Minagishi, I'm going to go with. 19-year-old striker, played 1 game, scored 1 goal, come on with 2 substitutions. Board again thinking that his deal is not very good. Go Hatano, player who had international experience, who was coming in as backup to Tani, ended up playing throughout the season, so was pleased with him. Pichai Butti Wangsapeng, cost £200,000 from Prey Trap in Thailand. Another player I think has a big future at 19 years old. Ryo Ishii, he's a 25-year-old goalkeeper. Again, the board unhappy with the fact that we're paying him the money we are, but he costs £17,000. And he's a Japanese backup for a backup goalkeeper. And then we have Surasi Onnom. What a name that is, Onnom. £145,000 from Ratchaburi. Played 1 game for the first team, but he has a big future ahead of him. So the season's results then. Here we go. So it's only actually giving us 3 competitions, which is a little bit strange because we won the Champions League as well, as you saw. But we have the J League Division 1, expected to finish in the top half, finished as winners. We had a 80% average home attendance of 14,930. Now, all this is a bit blurry here, but it's top goal scorer was Praysart with 12 goals. Or should that be top goal scorer? It looks like competition top goal scorer, but I'm pretty sure Machida would have scored more than that. But anyway, an A-. What have you got to do to get an A+? Played 34, won 28, drew 4, which means we only lost 2 all season. We had a goal difference of 45, points 88. We broke the record for the amount of wins in a single season, and the board still only give us an A-. But hey ho, on to the Emperor's Cup. Again, we have won that. They wanted the semi-final as minimum, so we've exceeded that. Taro Mita was the top scorer in this competition. We got a B. They were delighted. Don't know what else we would have had to do. We won every game we played. Beat Kashima Antlers, Constable Sapporo, Shimizu S-Pulse, Chiso Osaka, Kashiwa Reysol, and then Nagoya Grampus in the final. We then played in the J-League YBC Levain Cup. They wanted us to win it. We duly obliged. Jun Nishikawa was top goal scorer. We got a C+, despite hitting that. Like, they want us to win. We win. We give you a C+. Don't understand that. Won the competition on the 25th of October, so quite a while ago now. And then our path there was Yokohama over 2 legs, Vissel Kobe over 2 legs, and Constable Sapporo to win in the final. Moments to remember then. So, our biggest win was the 6-2 win over Boca Juniors in the FIFA Club World Cup. Very impressive. We played some really good football in that game, as you can see in the match to remember as well. A 4-4 draw with Liverpool, and a brilliant game where we were dead and buried in the first half. We were 4-0 down, and somehow Antonio Preissart dragged us back from the depths to get us a 4-4 draw. We have a good account for ourselves in that competition in this season. Goal of the season was from Ghana. It says, a truly memorable goal from Shonan Bellmare, central midfielder Ghana, hit a powerful effort from 26 metres. Right then, in terms of the finances, so we were a 3-star continental club. We're currently a 3-star continental club. No new sponsorship deals on the left. In terms of the annual revenue, sponsorship is up to £20.9 million. Broadcast revenue up to £2.5 million. Corporate and hospitality is up. Competition prize money is up to £10.9 million, which is quite impressive. Matchday commercial and retail up to £827,000. Total merchandise sales was £1.62 million. Non-domestic sales of £162,000. We sold 13,538 shirts. Our most popular player being Machida, Ghana, Yoshida, Preissart, and Tedic. Tedic is a bit of a strange one because he can hardly get into the team. So, how you lined up? We rotated the team a fair amount. Key players played a major role in how the season turned out. So, they have got Tani, Hata, Ono, Aranda, Trapiccio, Miyuki, Nego, and Barada, who they are playing as a midfielder. Barada is a central defender. We then have Preissart, Wharton, and Machida. So, when we go into the new season, there is at least 3 or 4 of those names that won't be at the club. Wharton is already working the deal out to go to Australia. Nego, I think his contract is coming to the end and won't renew it. Barada, we may have to catch in on Barada because we have quite a few young kids coming through who need that international place. Plus, Barada, I think, has grown to the point where he won't grow anymore. Right then, onto the accolades. So, 2025 Japanese N-League. N-League? J-League. Says N-League. We'll go with N-League. 1 Manager of the Year for myself. 41 years old now, and we have won that competition, or that accolade, in this season. So, for the player awards then, Fans Player of the Season, James Garner. Young Player of the Season, James Garner. He's 24. Should he qualify as Young Player of the Season as well as Fans Player of the Season? Surely Mita or Preissart should have been taking that award, but hey-ho, game decides it somehow. Sign of the season was Taro Mita. Goal of the season went to James Garner as well. Shuto Machida had 22 goals as top goal scorer. Taiga Hata had 16 assists as a fullback. Most Player of the Match awards was Garner with 9. Highest average rating was 7.5 for Garner. Most passes completed per 90 minutes, 83 for James Garner. In terms of competition awards, we've got Harry Birtwistle, who won Asian Young Footballer of the Year, despite my staff constantly telling me he's no good. And the Japanese N-League 1 Most Valuable Player went to James Garner, and that was what prompted us to start offering him new contracts to protect him from that £3 million foreign club buyout clause. So the record breakers then, we have most goals by a player in a league match was Preissart with 3. We have got most player of the match awards in the season, Ghana with 9. And youngest ever goal scorer was Taro Mita, scoring at 17 years, 194 days. So history in the making then. It says, I don't think anyone will be able to pull off a more impressive season than that. Shonan Bellmare have been amazing. So it says there we won 3 cups. We actually won 4 trophies. And it says, Shonan Bellmare fans, enjoy this. It doesn't get much better. So that's the season review done. We have a few things to go through. There are some end of season meetings and those kinds of things. Let's have a quick look at our seasonal best 11. So it says that Graca, despite him no longer playing for the club, is in there. So is this overall? He now plays for Santa Clara. So I don't know whether this is overall or whether it's just this season, or I don't know. But we've got Graca, Hata, Aranda, Ono, Takahashi, Miyuki, Garner, Barada. We've then got Nishikawa, Maxwell, and Machida. So it must be all time because Maxwell hasn't played for the club for a while, which is a bit strange because we've loaned him out to Sydney and to Wellington. So I thought that the deal was made permanent. Obviously, it isn't. He's transfer listed by request, so maybe he's off on his travels after this loan deal is done. We then had the season review. We've got the club vision and expectations meeting right then. So, Bud would like to discuss the long-term vision and outline our initial expectations. So they want us to play attacking football, possession football, entertaining football, and high-tempo pressing football. So those 4 things are quite difficult to achieve, but I do feel like we do those. I think that, yeah, I think that we have a good chance at that. What is this? So we are playing. Okay, so we have another competition that has popped up now. So I don't know if this is just for J-League Cup winners, but next season we play 5 competitions. We've got the J-League, the Empress Cup, the J-League Levain Cup, the J-League Copa Sudamerica Final, and the AFC Champions League. So interesting to see how thin we are spread. We're going to have to try and maybe trim the squad down and get it down to players that fit the bill for the majority of those squads, because the problem we had this season was the Champions League is registered so early that you can't change it, and it means that players like Antonio couldn't be registered, and yeah, it gets a little bit confusing. But back to what the club wants. So at the end of next season, they want to be in the top half. We've won the league 4 years in a row. Don't know what they are expecting or why they haven't upped their expectations, but we'll take that. They want us to reach the first preliminary round as a minimum. We've won the AFC Champions League 3 years in a row, so we'll take that. The training facilities will be complete. We want to become recognised as the best of the rest. Not good enough. Don't know why they aren't going. We want to be the best. We then have a contract renewal, hopefully. And then they want us to be challenging for the league title in 2028, for winning it in 2029, and then continue to win in 2030. So we're just going to accept it. Nothing I can do to change any of this at the top. Club culture is a bit weird. They want attacking possession, entertaining, and high-tempo pressing football. We'll do whatever we can to try and deliver that. We then have the end of season team meeting, the squad end of season break. But the last thing to show you before I wrap this one up then is the finances. So currently we have £17.1 million in the bank. Next season's minimum will be £8 million. Our wage budget is £275,000, and we are currently spending 123 of that. We're committed spending of 112,000 for next season when a few players, Antonio, Yoshida, Miyuki, they're all on their way out, so that doesn't include that. In terms of the finances, the club is looking like it is in a really, really good position. Like you just seen, we've had the training facilities and the youth facilities all upgraded. I did request that we could do something with the wage budget. I know it shows there we have, like, what is that? Oh, we got £150,000 to spend. Every time you go to sign a player, the MWE kicks in. It means that the player instantly says, you can't match my ambitions. But it's like, mate, we've got 150 grand. I could give you 150 grand per week, and yeah, there's like no problem. But for some reason, it won't allow me to give Super Choc, £7 a week. I don't understand why, but hey ho, it's what we live with. It's how we go forwards in the game. So that is the finances. I did have some recommendations to start spending money on facilities and things, and that certainly is the thing and the angle that we are going to go down. We want those things to be done. Right then, so that pretty much wraps up the season review. We are going to leave it there. In tomorrow's episode, we are going to push forwards to the start of the new season. We are going to bring in, well, we already have a few. In fact, I can show you those just before we go. Let's show you the future transfers. So we really are playing on this, the Thai thing, like I said. We are going just raiding the best clubs in Thailand. So we've got 2 goalkeepers coming in, both Thai goalkeepers. Sarawut Suthdongsa, which is like Thai players, and my pronunciations aren't going to do me any justice. 240k roughly for that deal. We have Chewat Thongkao. He's another goalkeeper who's coming in. They're both 18 years old. We have got Anmart Takong Pol. Mohammed Benjaloun is coming in. He is another Moroccan, 16 years old, one for developing and hopefully getting to be homegrown. Junichi Kuwahara, this is the player I was saying who won Rookie of the Season. We are going to be bringing him in. How much are we going to pay? Let's have a look. £3.2 million. So we are paying a pretty packet for him. But I think it'll be worth it because he's Rookie of the Season for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, and I think it will turn into a bit of a bargain. We then have Isarathron Thong Chayam. Yeah. Again, another Thai under 20 internationals. Played twice for those. Matthew Craig, it's showing. Okay, so players that are just in. Matthew Craig is going out. We've then got Nassim Farhane. He's another Moroccan who has come from this club here, RS Berkane. When you talk about clubs and countries who make wonder kids, this club here, we have had all of our Moroccans from, and all of them have been hits so far. And 2027, we get Wachara Srivadhan Apraba. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly at all. Iwat Rong Samut. He's 17 years old. He comes in 2026. We got Evander coming in, who is a Brazilian who came via our scouts. In fact, no, he's Portuguese. Is he Portuguese? Has he got Brazilian? Yep, other nationality is Brazilian. He's obviously elected to play for Portugal. But he will be coming into the youth setup. And these are players that basically we are just going to put in. Another Buriram player with Anon Nanta Wichianurit. When these get to the first team, I'm going to be absolutely struggling. I think just like in the Thai tradition, you got like Supernat, Superchok. I think we'll be going with first names and they'll become like Anon and Piawat. But the plan is working. We are buying cheap. We are developing them at club. And we are going to be a superpower both as Japanese and Thai, and hopefully we are going to be bringing all of that in the next couple of seasons. But as I was about to say, I was about to wrap this one up. So tomorrow we are going to fast forward. We're going to bring the players in. We will show them off to you. We'll start the brand new season and continue in our quest to make Shonan Bellmare certainly the biggest Asian club in the world. And hopefully, if we get the chance in that South America competition, hopefully we go and beat some intercontinental teams too. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, but you enjoyed today's episode, please consider doing so. Whether you're leaving a comment, hitting the like, or hitting the subscribe, every bit of interaction helps the channel. I've really enjoyed the first year of YouTube. Just past the 1,400 subscriber mark. 1,500 is the next target, so if you can help me with that, I would appreciate that greatly. But with this one, I'm going to leave it there. Come back tomorrow and join me for the season preview for the, I think this is the 6th season. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, season 6. Yeah, so season 6 previewing tomorrow's episode. So come join me tomorrow. I'll see you then.